Welcome everyone back to the channel. Today is something really special, something that's really close to me. But if you're a gamer of any sort, you know your most anticipated week of the year is going to be E3. And at the moment, E3 is on, it is happening, and I'm going to bring you as much content as I possibly can about all the games and or DLC that I am excited for that is being announced at E3. So today we are going to be starting with all of the downloadable content for Battlefield 1. And there is so much happening in this game in the next 6 months, and there's so much to cover. There's going to be a total of 10 new maps coming to Battlefield 1 in this just 6 months, just starting to going into the early 2018. So without further ado, let's get into this video and let's see what is going to be added to Battlefield 1 so very shortly. I will see you inside. Coming in June 2017, we take arms and the fight to Champagne-Ardennes, if that's how you pronounce it. So we fight at night, and this is going to be the first of the trench warfare maps, and these are going to be very different to what we have in Conquest so far. So the official description is, as the darkness falls over the battlefields of Ardennes, Malmaison and Soupir, the French and German forces prepare to support their troops on the contested grounds of no man's land. And as you know, as trench warfare is, there's trenches on both sides, and in the middle of both of these trenches is literally just empty field, and that's where a lot of the fighting does take place. And to not make trench warfare so boring and not so, you know, mundane, because literally original trench warfare was, let's see who attacks first and who storms the other trenches first. But in order to make an incentive to go and bring the fight to the opposite team, there is capture points all around on the map, throughout the map flanks. All of it will need to be done. So secure your trenches and dare to fight through the flat ground of no man's land to dominate the opposing trench and hereby take victory for your team. The next bit of DLC, which is also going to be a trench warfare at night, also is going to be PRISE, which I believe is how you pronounce it, but I'm probably wrong. So the French raiders and German stormtroopers clash in an urban trench setting as the nights grow colder in the Champagne-Ardennes region. This will be coming in July 2017, and the first one, which is NIVILLE Nights, will be coming out in June 2017. So it's very close. So this one here, we take to the French streets and attempt to take back captured grounds. This is a very French setting, French city setting. High-rise buildings, those sorts of things. This will be a, let's say, a night map of the similar to Amiens kind of build, that kind of street warfare. A lot of close quarters, claustrophobic combat will be very present. So I'm going to say a lot of shotguns will be very useful in this particular map. And this, as I was saying, will be the second night map to be coming to Battlefield 1. Alright, and here is the kicker. Coming in potentially September 2017 is the biggest map pack, DLC, weapon, vehicle, everything coming into Battlefield 1. We're going to Russia in the name of Tsar, and this DLC is massive. So this entire DLC will be focused around the Eastern Front, which is the largest part of the First World War, and they're making this, since it was such a big and prominent part of the war, they're making a big part of the DLC and the game also. So the official description is, join forces with the Russian army, including the Women's Battalion of Death, represented by the Scout class. Play as the largest army in the world on the largest front of World War 1. So we have 6 new maps, and these maps look amazing. We have Lupkow Pass, which is fight through covered ravines of treacherous Lupkow Pass. Against this dramatic backdrop, the vertical fights are as bitter as the cold, and this is going to be our very cold map. We have Albion, which is partake in the skirmishes of Albion assault in a freezing archipelago. Pelago? I don't even know how to pronounce that word. In this massive invasion of the Baltic Peninsula, the German Empire attacks with infantry, dreadnoughts, and aircraft against the heavy coastal gun batteries of the Russian forces. This map is going to be hectic, and this is the very countryside based map. All of these will be on the screen as I'm talking about them, so these are like the screenshots that DICE have released for these maps also. We have Brusilov Keep. The Russians have pushed their enemy into a small mountain town. The Austro-Hungarians are making a strong stand, experience close quarters fights by the Carpathians on an infantry focused map. So these are all the ones that have been announced, but still there is 2 more maps that are still yet to be announced coming through for this DLC, and we are all so excited to get our hands on them. There is going to be a new game mode called Supply Drop. So join a fast-paced fight for supplies as they drop out of planes on the map on the Eastern Front. Everything you needed to outgun and outscore the opponents. These are like the big, heavy supply drops. You've got your flamethrower supply drops, things like that, I believe. And there's going to be a new game type. It sounds quite interesting, actually. Alright, down to the weapons, which is what I'm super excited for. There's going to be 11 new weapons in total. And this is not including knives. These are just like guns and grenades and stuff. So far we have been released the Mosin Nagant M91, the M14 Parabellum, the long barrel shotgun as you see in the footage above, which is in the trailer, and the Russian standard 1912 grenade. These are the announced weapons, and this is 4 of 11 new weapons coming into Battlefield 1. And you need to understand, balancing and making these new weapons takes time. This is a big part of adding to this DLC. Also, there are new vehicles, which is also what Battlefield 1 players love about the game. And these come in the ways of the William Morrowman's heavy bomber plane. We have the Putilov Garford armored car. These names I'm struggling to get out, I'm sorry. We have the Y lighter landing craft and the new Russian cavalry, which have the ability to lance opponents so you can literally turn your enemy into a human skewer. Literally. So this is new riding coming in. And all these vehicles will be playing a paramount role in Battlefield 1 on the big battlefields that are set out for us. And we're so excited for these. The last little thing is there is going to be new medals and challenges, as you would come to expect coming into a massive DLC like this. And these are going to come in the ways of snipers, in the ways of shotties, the ways of, cavalry kills, stuff like that. Alright, and the last little bit of announcement that haven't been totally uncovered just yet. We have 2 extra DLCs coming through at the end of December and the start of January, early 2018. So the first is going to be called Turning Tides, and I've already seen a little bit of speculation in the ways that submarines could potentially be coming back to Battlefield, and this is quite interesting. And the way that people are seeing this is the description states, participate in the amphibious warfare of World War I and engage in the Daredevil Zeebrugge, I'm going to say, the Gallipoli Offense and more. So it's coming up, it looks like it's going to be more maps again. But the fact that it says amphibious warfare, one means you're going to be, going through ships and fighting through ships. That's pretty much a given at this point. But amphibious means going from water to land, meaning will submarines be part of this, even if they're not a drivable vehicle, or at least, a space station, something. I'm not sure, but this is what we know so far. The other thing is going to be coastal class airships, which is sort of like a blimp, or a Zeppelin is probably more accurate to say. And these being shown in this particular DLC pack, these aircrafts were used to take out subs. So, submarines coming to Battlefield 1? Who knows? But the second piece of DLC, which is coming early 2018, is called Apocalypse. So, and this description states, go over the top in the most infamous battles of World War I. Conquer bitterly conquested ground with brutal tools and unique weapons. And this simply means to me that this is going to be chemical warfare through and through. It's going to be interesting. It's either that or it's going to be more of an arcadey feel, but I don't believe Battlefield 1 is going to be taking that stance, as it's so focused on bringing realism of World War I into a game environment. And that there, guys, is what we have been shown for Battlefield 1 coming in the next 6 to 8 months, I guess. We are so excited. I know I'm generally a StarCraft 2 and or Overwatch channel, but I have played my fair share of Battlefield 1 and love the game, and this may very well bring me back to it. So over the next few days, I will be bringing as much E3 content per all the games as I was saying I am interested in, so stick around. I want to do the new Star Wars Battlefront and the new Assassin's Creed Origins. Check those out when they do drop. But if you did enjoy this video so far, please leave a like down below and sub to the channel. It does help out a ton. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to see what you think of Battlefield 1. Is this the right path for them to be taking? Who knows? Are you going to be coming back to Battlefield 1 once this DLC releases? Let me know all below. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, in the description down below also is my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Check them all out. But as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.